Morning guys, I just had to do this proper quick because I've literally just woken up, but sometimes I get things like just jump into my head, so I want to say them and get them down on video then and there, just because there's so much in my mind I need to get out. Anyway, enough rambling. Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing and subscribing. I just saw something on Facebook this morning about how someone wasn't going to deal with people anymore unless they were the right type of people. And I think, I get that. I totally get that. I've changed so much in the last 2 years because of my cancer, and so a lot of the people who I'm around have changed as well, just because we're on different pages and we don't see things the same. And that's not I don't think that's an ego thing. It's just a case of don't be around people who don't get you, because it's so frustrating. You have to work at everything you do, like friendships, relationships, work, anything you come across you have to work at. But if you come across somebody or you're already in a friendship, what have you, with someone who you really start not seeing eye to eye with, I have a really good friend actually, who we both don't have the same opinions and things, but we're both respectful of that opinion. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do know what I'm trying to say. Basically, we are our own people on our own journeys with our own agendas. We get frustrated when we have expectations of other people because they're not fulfilling our agenda, maybe. Yes, we should all be kind to each other, and we should all appreciate and have integrity. That was talking to somebody the other day about integrity, not just to ourselves but to other people. But really, people are getting annoyed with other people. Maybe we should just someone's not, well, quite a few people aren't going to like what I'm going to say. Basically, it starts with us. We need to look to ourselves, and we need to stop having these huge expectations, because I was the worst person for having huge expectations, and still am, of other people, because they're not like me. And why aren't they like me? And why don't they have integrity? And why can't they put themselves, especially now with my cancer. I mean, I talk to my counsellor all the time about this, about how we're in lockdown here in the UK in tier 4, and the town I live in, and I know this because I do get out, mostly to the hospital, but when I go out it's like an ordinary day, there's no lockdown at all happening. And I kind of just think people aren't taking it seriously. But why aren't they taking it seriously? And I've said this all along, until I got cancer, I actually didn't realise the true depth it has on your life. The true, I don't know what the word is. I will edit in the word. Yeah, it makes me angry, and it makes me upset, and I'm allowed to have those feelings because I'm locked in pretty much 24/7 yeah, I can go out for exercise. Even before the virus came, I was very careful about going out with my cancer because I wouldn't want to pick up anything because I've already got immune system that can't cope with stuff. So I can't remember where I was even going with this. Totally off the topic, but oh yeah, so the only thing I can basically control is my emotions and my expectations and the people around me. And if I can't, you know, and we don't have any right to sort of judge other people really effectively. I have no right to, just because my life is, say, maybe a little bit harder, or I'd say like just more challenging, and I have to adapt and change more, and I don't really like that, but that's something within me that I need to fix. That's not really like anyone else's issue but my own, so I can't really project that onto other people. I just need to find some kind of understanding, because within inside of me, because if I don't, I will literally drive myself crazy. I mean, I do get jealous of people who have able bodies some days, on my low days. I do feel grateful. I am so grateful for the body I'm in and how I'm still here. Like, I can't believe how I'm still here. I mean, it's brilliant that I'm still here. But yeah, I get those days too where I wish things could be different, but I know that they can't. So instead of, I do dig my heels in, but it doesn't get me anywhere. So I need to find a way within inside myself to be able to process it, and the way I do that is being around the people who will understand, maybe, or try and give some empathy. I don't know, I kind of like, I have this thing within inside of me that I say to my counsellor all the time. I don't want to be treated special with sympathy just because I've got terminal cancer. I want to be treated the same way that I was treated before, but I don't always get that. And so I have to understand that people are going to react differently to me because of this thing that I have within me. And actually, the other side to the coin of people not treating me differently is actually that people don't treat me differently at all. I guess because you know, my body doesn't look like it's dying on the outside, but yeah, on the inside it's just not, it's not doing as well. Well, it is at the moment. What am I saying? Be impeccable with your words, because what you put out to the universe is what you get. So my body is doing an amazing job. Yay us. Or the body in which I'm in, I should say, is doing an amazing job. Thank you, body. And it's like, it's so hard, because the other thing I don't want to do is let my cancer define me. So I kind of don't want to be a victim and a martyr of what I'm going through, but at the same time it's constantly there every day, because I have to take pills to stay alive, and that reminds me, or I have to go up to the hospital every week and that reminds me, or I have, you know, I'm injected and stabbed and pushed and pulled from left, right and centre, scanned and made to wait for scan results that could be good or could be bad. You know, it's like, it's always there basically. So so yeah, when people don't even sort of, I suppose they're trying not to acknowledge that it's there when they treat me exactly the same, but it's really tough when I'm going through, you know, the normal everyday life things that we all go through, that we have to go through within relationships and friendships, partnerships, just dealing with life stuff in general, you know, like the boring stuff like sorting out bills. Yeah, it's tough and it's boring. Because like, I have to constantly chase my care team around at the hospital all the time and just be constantly responsible over my health, just because I do everything I can to stay alive. Because I feel like, for me, if I do everything I can to not let myself down, then when I do finally die, it'll be like, I won't have any regrets on my deathbed. That's just like a me thing that I like to like I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to think while I'm dying. This is really weird. I haven't gone to death, but basically I think about death quite a lot because it's just my way to process and get my head around everything happening. Yeah, that I don't want to feel like I've let myself down. Yeah, it's really crazy how my cancer has made me think really deeply about a lot of the stuff that's kind of happening to me, and it's happening to me constantly. And like, I know, I get that we're all terminal, and that's the thing that's there, but it's like, I like, you don't live every day thinking that you're gonna die. Like, I didn't used to walk out the door and think about death and think, oh, I might not come home this evening. Whereas I live with the fact that I have terminal cancer every day in my head, so it's different. It's really different. Anyway, let's not get teary about that because I can feel myself going. I'm trying to talk about basically how not to get frustrated with other people in your lives. Yeah, and basically the best way to do that is to accept those people for who they are. You can't change them. I've always said it must be really hard being a parent. Like, I'm just like a fur baby parent. I don't think that counts. Although, like, there have been days where the cats have just gone off on their own, like days on end. And the worry. Oh my god, the worry. So I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like being a parent, because you have to watch your children or young people basically make mistakes in front of your eyes, even though you know they're going to hurt, and then be there to sort of like hold them and be there and support them when they do make those mistakes, even though you know that they could have not made those mistakes. Like, we can't stop other people from living their lives basically and doing the things they're doing, even though you can see what they're doing is gonna really hurt them in the long run. We all have to learn from our mistakes. Like, yeah, so we have to go through those things, and no amount of like anyone trying to stop you from doing that or fix you or help you, you know, we have to go through them on our own. So you have to accept the people in your lives for who they are, and actually it's all about finding the peace within yourself, and I find that's the best way to do that, because I'd prefer to know that those people could genuinely be themselves around me, because that's exactly who they are. Obviously, if it's going to be something that people choose to do and it affects you in the way that it brings down your self-worth, or, you know, if it affects you to an extent that what those people are doing is detrimental to your mental, physical health, then don't stay. Don't stay in that place. Remove yourself from those people. As much as you want to be around those people, remove yourself, because it's not healthy. And at the end of the day, we are on our own journeys, and it is about we have an agenda as well. You know, at the end of the day, you can't just sit there and take something from someone else just because they want their agenda to work and be right, and they want to have all the things they want to. It's not about having everything your own way and being right and being in competition. It's about being able to authentically be yourself around another human being, in unconditional love. And it's not perfection, it's not too much to ask, it's like human decency at the end of the day, and it's knowing in yourself how you would like to be treated. And if you don't see that in another person, you can't fix them. You have to just move on, and that hurts, man. Yeah, because that really hurts sometimes, because you really want those people to be in your life and you want to stay in that place, and it's scary because you're like effectively leaping into the unknown. But basically, yeah, it's just like the only thing we can fix is ourselves. The only people we can make better is ourselves. So we need to stop creating illusions and actually focus on what we can adapt and change for the better. And if you can inspire someone else to be able to do that, and they do, you know, jump on the bandwagon and join the journey and change things in their lives for the better, that's going to help them. And, you know, it's not about being on levels and being better than anyone else. It's just about showing people how to respect themselves. I think that's the biggest thing, and the whole integrity thing. I just feel like we've lost a lot of, I think, self-respect. I think that's a good word, and I've said it quite a lot. Because we're here, I believe we're here on a journey for learning the things we're learning in life, not for money, not for like a job title, because when you die, you can't, do you take that with you? Like, we're here for happiness, basically, and we're here to love one another, and we don't do enough of that, and we're focusing too much. I feel like we're focusing too much on the wrong things, and it's not like, oh, I found the key. Well, I'm a work in progress as ever, and these are things I didn't have in my life before I had my cancer, so I have a lot to be grateful to my cancer for, and I want to share that with other people. And I've got to go because my battery's running down, so thanks for being here. I hope this has helped, and it just hasn't been me rambling for like 20 minutes nearly, so I'm gonna have to cut this all up. But yeah, thanks for being here, guys, and let me know how you feel down in the comments, and I hope this has helped. So stay safe and stay beautiful. Bye.